Yo, YouTube, what's cracking like a jack and smack? And it's Waffle Man with a video. And Joakim Noah just posted on Instagram wearing a Knicks hat just like this one. So we could safely assume that he's coming to the New York Knicks probably for about 4 years, $72 million dollars. But what if the Knicks acquisitions of Derrick Rose and Joakim Noah turn out? You know, what if Derrick Rose and Joakim Noah are healthy for the whole season, playing at least 66 games to 70 games, or maybe 66 games or even 75 games? That's a lot. That's what we need, actually. What if, you know, we actually do sign Courtney Lee, and what if Derrick Rose and Joakim Noah play all-star caliber minutes? You know, what if Joakim Noah played when he was Defensive Player of the Year? What if Derrick Rose was playing like he's an all-star that he can be? This is some huge question marks for the New York Knicks. The New York Knicks are signing players that may be past their prime. They're signing players that had value before they got injured and before they lost production. They're signing players that had stellar careers, but now they're like, man. And, you know, hearing reports that the Knicks might try to sign Eric Gordon. We don't need Eric Gordon. We got enough risk as it is right now. But adding a player like Courtney Lee, or, you know, Evan Turner's already gone to the Portland Trailblazers. But signing a player like Courtney Lee, maybe getting someone like Austin Rivers, that could help out. Courtney Lee would be very favorable. So I made this lineup in the game in 2K16. We got Carmelo Anthony, of course, Porzingis, Derrick Rose, Joakim Noah, and I added Courtney Lee, assuming we sign Courtney Lee. So this could be the potential starting five. Of course, we have the bench as well. We're trying to get Langston Galloway and Lance Thomas back. Lance Thomas, I think, wants to stay in New York. And also, we have Justin Holiday from the Bulls. Shout out to the Bulls for giving us Justin Holiday. I think he's a really solid player. But talking about the Knicks and how well they can do is not the way I like to look at this free agency. Basically, this free agency, you gotta look at what the other teams in the East are doing. Did the other teams in the East get better, or did they get worse? Did the playoff teams that made it to the playoffs last year get better or worse? Who signed where? The Knicks obviously got better, but if the Knicks are gonna make the playoffs, who are you taking out of the playoffs? So Hassan Whiteside went back to the Heat. We don't know what the Heat are gonna do. They're gonna land Kevin Durant. I don't think they're gonna let the Kevin Durant. But Dwayne Wade is another option. What if Dwayne Wade somehow left the Heat? I mean, he's getting, the Heat don't have that much cap space up. They gave Hassan Whiteside a huge deal, so we don't even know what's up with Dwayne Wade. But Chris Bosh, you know his health. God bless Chris Bosh, but his health is just crazy, man. Them block cuts are gonna really affect his play. But that's one team when you're looking at them, it's like maybe they fall down a little bit. The Charlotte Hornets, they're definitely falling down. They lost Al Jefferson. They lost Nicholas Batum. Oh wait, no, they signed Nicholas Batum to a huge deal, but they lost Al Jefferson and Jeremy Lin, and they're on the verge of losing Courtney Lee. So they lost 3 players that are starting players last year on their squad, and they're gonna really take a step back from this. I don't know what the Hornets are doing, but they could be one of the teams that could fall down. The Boston Celtics could be another team the Knicks could actually overcome, because the Celtics haven't done anything. They've lost Evan Turner. Sure, they have Jaylen Brown as a draft pick, but have they gotten better or worse? They have a meeting with Al Horford tonight, but is Al Horford really going to be that piece that you think is going to really make them a difference maker in the East, that they can really contend? I don't think so, man. So when you look at the Celtics comparing to the Knicks, yeah, the Celtics got more wins last season, but the Celtics didn't really get all that better yet. And you're looking at the other teams, the Pacers did get better. When you add a player like Thaddeus Young, Jeff Teague, they also got Al Jefferson for 3 years, $30 million at a great deal. They still got Monte Ellis. They still got that beast Miles Turner who was beasting in the playoffs. The Pacers definitely got better. They're definitely going to be going on the rise. So that's a team that the Knicks have to watch out. But then you look at a team like Atlanta. They lost Jeff Teague. They're on the verge of losing Al Horford. They're trying to sign Dwight Howard, but Dwight Howard you think Dwight Howard's going to be a difference maker? Kyle Korver's getting older. Kent Bazemore is demanding a 19 to 20 million salary each year. So the Hawks are another team that they can have problems and they might take a step down as well. So looking at the Hawks, did they get better or worse? And this is all good if you're a Knicks fan, to see that some of these playoff teams that were in the playoffs last year are doing worse in free agency. It might be your worst team compared to how the Knicks got better. And you got Toronto Raptors. They just re-signed DeMar DeRozan. Bismack Biyombo is a free agent. They do have their 9th overall pick, but we don't know how he's gonna play. So looking at the Toronto Raptors, did they really get better, or did they just bring back the pieces they already had? And they're probably good. They might lose Biyombo, so that's another factor you got to take into consideration. So did they get better, or did they get worse, or did they stay the same? If teams are staying the same, or teams are getting worse and the Knicks are getting better, that's all good for us Knicks, man. That's what we got to be hoping for. And hopefully the free agent pans out. Another team, the Detroit Pistons, were in the playoffs last year. But did the Pistons get better, or did the Pistons get worse? They re-signed Andre Drummond, but for all we know, they're probably keeping the same team with them. I mean, doesn't look like they're gonna go out and get any of the free agents. So right now, we can say the Pistons are gonna probably stay the same. But looking at other teams that might or were in the playoff competition last year, the Bulls, they're done. The Wizards, we don't know what the Wizards are doing. They re-signed Bradley Beal, but they haven't really made any other moves. The Magic, of course, re-signed some of their players. They acquired Serge Ibaka, but I think the Knicks could be better than the Magic this season. And the Bucks, they signed Magic Dellavedova, but I don't think Dellavedova is going to make that much of a difference to a Bucks team like that. And they got Thon Maker. But come on, the Bucks were one of the top disappointing teams of last year, along with the Knicks. The Nets did sign Jeremy Lin, but they ain't no playoff competition, and the Sixers are not even in playoff relevance. So when you look at the East, you gotta see how the Knicks are gonna stack up compared to other teams and what the other teams' pieces are gonna be. And looking at the best team in the East, the Cleveland Cavaliers. Are the Cleveland Cavaliers getting better, or are the Cleveland Cavaliers getting worse? They haven't signed LeBron James yet, but he's expected to return back. Matthew Dellavedova, like I said, they could actually match the offer that the Bucks signed with him, but it looks like Bucks are going to get Matthew Dellavedova, so he's gone. The Lakers signed Timothy Mozgov, so he's gone. Richard Jefferson, I don't think he's going to retire, but you know, you heard the reports, man. I mean, no Mozgov, no Dellavedova. J.R. Smith is a free agent. A lot of things could go down, but right now the Cavs are looking like they got worse. We don't know what's going to happen with Kevin Love, so you never know. But if the Knicks can stay healthy and the Knicks can have all-star caliber players in Derrick Rose and Joakim Noah, I think the Knicks could be a top 5 team in the East. Let me know your comments. Leave a like for more, and I'm out for now. Peace.